Hello. Okay, where we stopped. We'll be continuing from where we stopped. And like I earlier mentioned, we had been doing surface modeling. We did extrude, we did lifted balls, we did um sweep surface, we did some other features like that. So today we'll be incorporating all these features that we discussed to be able to create something unique. Understand? So let me show you this something unique, just something like this. We'll be creating something like this. Understand? Using the features that we've learned so far. So now let's go on to our SolidWorks and see what we can do. So I go to my file and I click on new. I'm going to be clicking on new, then part. Okay. So I click OK. Okay. Okay, it's okay. Okay. So now we go to surfaces because we'll be working on surface. All these features that are here, we'll be exploring them. So before I continue, we'll have to create a sketch frame. But first of all, let's look at what we want to model again. Okay, we are modeling something like this. So whichever way you want to start modeling this, it all depends on you. So now I'll start by using my front plane, convert it to sketch, and now I want to create a profile that looks like this. So I'm going to be using, first of all, let me create a center line. I'll use my midpoint line. Use my midpoint line. After using my midpoint line, I'll convert it to a center line. Now after I must have converted it to a center line, then let me create a profile that looks like what I want. So to create that profile, I click this. Create a profile that looks like this. Okay. Name not be as, I'm not going to be using dimension, so please, if it's not looking exactly as it is there, it's because I'm not using the exact dimension. So now I just need this line, that's all I need. So I go to my revolve surface. I revolve this around this axis. You see what I just did. I've been able to create, let's go back to the picture. I've been able to create something like this. Now if you look, there is something by this side that looks like an extrude, an extension of what is already here. So now let's go back. To create something of that nature, I can still use a what? A mirror, a revolve surface. Right? On this, I'm going to create something that looks like this. So create something that looks like this. Let me use my center line. Okay. Then I'm going to tangent this to this surface. Create tangency. I'm holding my shift click on these two points. My tangent together. So while I've been able to tangent them together, I'm going to tangent this boundary tangent. We bring it close back. See? to mirror this around this. So I go back to my surface, revolve surface. I see what I've been able to do. Revolve this. When you're seeing something like this, you'll be able to do something like this. Now, I want to go back and create this other side. I want to create this side. What you're seeing here, I want to create it. So now, to create this other side, I will go back to my. Now, if you notice, it is slant. It's unlike the other side. It is slant. So first of all, I have to cut. Go to my sketch plane front. I have to cut this. Create a slant line that will cut through this. So first of all, okay. Let me do this. Is it this sketch on my phone? 127. Let me look at it. This is my phone sketch. Control 8. Let me see the line properly. Yeah. So I'm able to see the line properly. I'll just start from this edge to this edge. Now, Control 7. I'll use this line to cut. I'm still on my exit this sketch first. When I exit it, I go to my surfaces. Now, come on. I go to surfaces and I go to not trim. I can either create a plane here and cut, or use this as trim surface. Use that sketch as to trim the surface. Okay, let me explain to you what I'm going to say. So I'm using this sketch. Trim this surface. I can either use this sketch to trim this surface, or I use an extruded surface. I create a surface that is slant, then I use that surface to trim. So I will start by using this to create an extrude surface. So when I create an extrude surface, I'm going to make plane. So I extrude it to cut through both sides. So now this surface is now the boundary for my. So I'm going to apply trim surface. So I use this as the trim tool. So what do I want to trim? I want to trim out this. So immediately I click OK. That part is out. Now I can go back and hide this. Did you see what I just did? Did you see what I just did? Okay. Another technique. You need to go back on keyboard. Another technique is to use this as my trim tool. Instead of going through all that, I just click on that, then I go to where is it? Trim surface. When I trim surface, it uses this sketch immediately as my trim tool. So it's asking me, where do I want to trim? See, as I'm clicking on the surfaces, they are changing. So you click on this now. Okay, so it automatically remove this. So I'm able to achieve that slant now. Now that I've achieved this lines, I want to create this part now. Create this part. Now, create this part will be a little tricky. Now, same thing, front plane, sketch control 8. Then now, I go to my this, I click this, let me look at it quickly so that I see what I'm trying to make there. This is what we do. We come here, tangency between this and this tangent. No, so we don't need a tangency between this and this. Now, this is what I want. We need a center line. So this center line will stand as a barrier, a guide. Now, once we've created this, I go to my surface, exit sketch. First of all, go to surface, then revolve. Now, look at it. It's not revolving the way we want. It's not revolving the way we want. Okay, now, so you want to create a revolve here. First of all, you create this. After you create this, you draw a line. Now, this line, click on this line. Make sure you have another line here. You create another line here. From this edge to this edge. Let it be immediately following this. So you click on that line, hold your control and click on this other line. Then you select perpendicular. Now, it's not Y. This is not on this line directly. So you have to create a relationship for them to directly be on the line. You understand? So you can align it, but most times I just advise you click this, hold your control and click this. Now convert entity. Okay. You can't convert this. Okay, let's see what you do. You click this. Please pardon me. Should be. So now I want to create a line that is directly on this. So now that means I'll click on this line and say, you understand, click on this and what? Pierce. Then control 8 to make it normal. Control 8, it's normal now. The essence of that line is actually to help you to create a symmetrical line that is slant, but it's at the middle, symmetrical, perpendicular to this line. So when I click this, to make sure this tangent is at 90 degree to this slant line. I will click this line. This line that I've been able to create here, I click it also. Then I click make perpendicular. Now watch what happens. It's been able to make it perpendicular. I can now move this. Are you getting it? So I can now move this to this. So while I've moved this to this, if I go back to my surfaces and I say revolve surface, I click this revolve surface. Look at what just happened. I'm able to successfully do something like this. Are you seeing it? But this is not exactly what we wanted. So I will be trimming this to look like this one a bit. You get it? So it's not looking like this at all. Why not minimize my window so we can be seeing them? So we can be seeing the picture. Can be seeing. So we are seeing this picture. Now if we discover, first of all, I create this. After creating that tangency, I go you might not understand it. See? Create a tangent. This is not see what we are able to create. But if you want us to create this, you can actually create this. So we go to this. Okay. Sorry, I'm rendering. I'm doing a lot on my PC. That's why it's getting slow. So okay. Now we've got this. I can now go back surface. I think we are similar. But why this one is a bit smaller, it's not longer like what we have here. So we can actually reduce everything we've done here. Reduce. Why not? I go to dimension 2 to just be able to reduce. See 20. So first of all, to be able to do this, we have to create a plane directly here. So when we create that plane, create that plane here, then click on this same plane, offset it. Let's say a meter away. 100 meters too much. Let me make it 80. No, let's say 50 mm away from it. So now this is what we'll do. I'll come here, I'll click on this sketch, convert this surface, convert entity to it. Then I'll click on this, exit the sketch, click on this, convert it to sketch, then Ctrl 8. Now I'm going to apply my slot, center point slot. So I come to the center, make a slot. For now, let the slot be this. I'll reduce it. It's a bit big. A bit big. So when I come here, I'm going to apply features now. We are going to apply our loft. If I say let me apply sweep, okay, this is a sketch. This is not a profile, so it won't work. So I have to apply my loft. Lofted surface. I loft this to this surface. Now are you seeing this? Now it is lofted, but the curve is not curved the way I want it. When I shift all this profile, it's still not giving me what I want. So that means I need a boundary curve. Boundary curve that is curved like this. Now to get a boundary curve at this middle, I click on this line, go to my reference plane, and I click top plane.
Music licensing reimagined.
Side plane. So I've been able to create a plane at the top. Are you seeing? So I will use that plane to create a guide curve. So center line. So now click on this and click on this edge. Please,
Artlist
not as
IO.
interesting as it ought to. Oh, pardon me. So let's mirror this to the other side. When you are mirror it on a separate plane. So I also create another plane perpendicular.
Music licensing reimagined.
You get it? Now 0. I'm going to use this new plane now. All these things. Let me mirror this. Convert entity, then convert it to a center line. Move. It's now a center line.
Artlist IO.
Convert entity, then mirror. About here. Are you seeing it? Then I delete this. I'm going to delete this. There's no window. You see, this is the previous one. This is now the new one, fainted. I can delete my center line if I don't want it. So now, but there are relationship I need to add to this. So this to this can pierce them together. This and this pierce it together.
Artlist IO.
Then I go back to this sketch also. Apply the same thing to this side. This point and this pierce together. This point and this pierce together. Did you get? So let me add.
Music licensing reimagined.
Exit this sketch. First of all, I know this one. See properly. I have to hide all this. So now I can now go to my left. Select this. Then for my guide, have this as guide. And I have this as guide. Now if you look at this, I've been able to create this.
Artlist IO.
Isn't this wonderful? So you can choose to add some more detail to the cows, add some detail. But for today, we are going to stop here. I think we've been able to apply extrude. Okay, we apply revolve here, we apply lofted, and we didn't apply sweep and extruded surface because there was no detail here. But I think you now understand how to apply these things when you see them. Thank you very, very much. Have a blessed evening. So next week we'll be starting. Next video will be dropping on boundary surface. I'll give you how to use boundary surface, explain the